Hey guys, this is going to be a first look at Berserk, the new CCG by Vulcan Forged, coming to blockchain very, very soon. There's currently a tournament, a beta tournament going on. There were 50 entries. In the top 10 get prizes. First gets a Cronus or a Zeus, but I would take the Cronus. They're worth a few thousand each right now, but you know, NFT space is going crazy in a couple months, a year down the road. Hard to say what Cronuses are going to be worth, but it's going to be worth a good bit. So I'm definitely shooting for first place. We'll see what happens. I just lost my most recent round, but hadn't lost before then. So we're just going to review one of my games from the tournament. I'm going to do my best to explain like what the cards do and my thought process during the rounds. Uh, this is a match I played versus Odin, who's definitely one of the better players in the pool in the tournament, and it was just a good one. I think a good game to review is like an intro video to the game. And yeah, there's not much content out on Berserk at the moment, but it's a super fun game. I think it's going to be huge. So happy to be one of the first people putting a video like this out. Uh, really fun game. Really excited for it to be live on blockchain and everything. It's going to be awesome. It's in the Vulcan Forge ecosystem, so you'll be able to play this game, earn lava, which is earning you PYR. If you aren't already familiar with Vulcan Forge, which I'm sure everyone watching this video is, I definitely would recommend checking it out. It's one of the best play to earn ecosystems that has ever been created, and it's going to be an absolute blast. So would recommend taking a look if you haven't already. But yeah, so we're just going to jump into the game here. So how it starts, each game you make you make 30 card decks. There's 60 cards in total to craft your deck from. I'm sure more are going to be added down the line, but for now there's 60. So you craft your deck, and then when you jump into the game, you get dealt a starting hand, which is just 5 random cards from your deck. And if you want to shuffle any of the cards out, you just click it, and then it'll assign you another random card. I decide here not to shuffle any of these cards. So this is Claws of the Harpy, a 4 lava cost with lifesteal. This is a very strong card at the moment. And because I have this Storm Surge here, so I'm going second this game, so I start with 2 lava, and if you go first, you start with 1. But because I'm going second here, I have one of the strongest opens in my deck. I can play this Storm Surge, get 4 lava, and then play this Claws of the Harpy. And then on my next turn, I'll have 3 lava, and I'll be able to use this Pipes of Pan to buff this Claws of the Harpy. And having like a buffed lifesteal card like this, the way lifesteal currently works is a little bit broken, but I think it's going to be modified down the road. But it's basically like this is one of the strongest opens I could possibly have, because I can set up this, and then I can play a Hilltop taunt card, or I could just open with this, then play Hilltop taunt second round, then pipes, or go pipe second round, then this Hilltop. But these 4 cards give me like probably the best open in my deck from going second at least. So I don't switch any cards out here. And then this timer counts down to 3 seconds once both players uh, have their decks set. But yeah, so you can see here. So Odin starts. He's going first. He starts with 1 lava. Um, but he jumps up to 3 lava here, which means he just played a lava generation card. And he played, and so, okay, so you see he jumped up to 5 lava there, and he hit me with his Shade Warrior. So he jumped up to 5 lava, so he used a lava generation card to play this Cantankerous Mammoth. This is one of the strongest cards in the game. It's a 3 lava cost. It summons this 3/2, and then also a 2/1 Rip and Rend. This card has Rage, which means its attack stat increases by 1 each turn. A very strong card to open with. And then you played another lava generation card to play this Shade Warrior. And this is an undead card, and undeads can attack the same turn they're played, which no other cards can. So then he drops this as well to get 2 damage on me, and this is just basically like one of the strongest opens he could have. I mean, this is a very good open. Like he used 4 cards in his initial starting hand, already got damage on me, and has 3 cards down on his first turn. Like he started with just 1 lava. So I this is pretty unfortunate for me, honestly, that he gets this strong of a start. And so initially here you can see I hover my Storm Surge Um, and I was gonna, so I was gonna, I mean, I basically have to use this card. I'm forced into using it. And my plan initially, like I said, was to drop my Claws of the Harpy. Um, but because he has such a strong open here, he would essentially be able to just kill it if I played it before I could buff it up and play a taunt in front of it and get it rolling. So I decide to drop a taunt card instead here, and uh, I basically just have to pivot from my initial strategy because of how strong his open was. This is a much better defensive move from me because I play this Hilltops card. I forget what the full title of the card is, but Hilltop is in it. It's a very strong 3 lava cost taunt card. It has 1 attack, uh, 6 life, which is a ton of life for a 3 lava cost. And it's a really good counter to his open because his Rip and Rend and his Shade Warrior both have 1 HP. So, and because this has taunt, these cards have to attack this card before they can hit me or any of my other cards. So it's a really good counter to his open here because um, if these cards want to attack, it kills them off. And I also have a Bushwhack Wolf here, which is a 1 lava cost. And when you play it, it buffs your uh, you can buff one of your cards on the board with +1 attack. And this is actually huge for me because now what this does um, is it gives my this Hilltop card 2 attack, so it'll kill his Cantankerous Mammoth now. Um, so basically, if I didn't have this Bushwhack Wolf, it would only have 1 attack, and he could kill it. This card will, since it's a rage card, will have 3 attack next turn. He could kill my taunt card with this, and then attacking with this, and this card would still be alive with 1 HP. But now because I can buff it, and this card is 2 damage, um, this card's gonna die if it attacks it, which is really nice for me. Um, so this was basically the best answer I had available to counter his open, and it actually ended up not being too bad for me. Like he basically had the best possible open he could have, but I was lucky to have a pretty strong counter to it. Like a lot of games, like if I was dealt a bad starting hand, the game would just be over already if he had that open and I didn't have a good answer. Um, so yeah, sometimes you can just get unlucky with the starting draw. There's a bit of variance to it. And so now this next turn, so I get very lucky with the 2 cards that I draw here, because if I got a 1 cost Shade Warrior and this is a 2 lava cost 3/1 that gives another card +1 attack. These are basically like the number 1 and 2 best cards that I could have drawn here. Um, so I got pretty lucky, and this is pretty unlucky for Odin, but yeah. So basically, I just had a really good answer, so I can play this Undead Shade Warrior now to respond to so this card right here is a rage card. It increases by 1 attack each turn. So I don't want to let it sit on the board. I want to take it out as early as I can. And I get a Shade Warrior to take it out right away. And then I get this card as well, which it's just lucky that I drew a 2 cost. Like a lot of the time I'm not going to draw a 2 cost and we'll just have to end the turn after the Shade Warrior. But now I get to buff my Bushwhack Wolf, get a 2 extra damage. And now I'm like, I've kind of stabilized the board a bit, and I'm in a pretty decent spot, all things considered. Like he had a very strong open, um, and so now this card he plays is this is called Edge of Night, which is a taunt. It's a legendary card. There's only going to be 25 of these in existence once the game goes live to blockchain. It's debatably the strongest card in the game. It's a 3 cost, and the fact that he had to use it this early. So basically, how Taunt Immune works is this card has taunt, so it has to be attacked before his hero or any of its other cards can be attacked. And since it has immunity, it doesn't take any damage. So it's basically just a wash. It just grants him a free turn. I can't do any damage. But the fact that he had to use it this early on in the game is actually huge for me. Um, so this just tells me he probably didn't have any other cards to play, any other 3 costs. So he was forced into burning this early, um, which is really huge for me because this card, like I said, basically grants you a free turn, and you can build really strong combos off of it in later rounds when you have lots of lava to spend each turn. So getting him to burn this early is, really good sign for me in this game. So now I have 4 lava here, and I have a decision to make. So I can either, let me rewind this back. So this Pipes of Pan card right here is a 3 cost. So I could play this to buff one of these two cards. I could play Claws of the Harpy, which is the lifesteal, or this 1 cost here that I just withdrawn. Like these are two very strong cards I just got dealt here. Um, and I basically what I do here is I decide to use this card, which generates 3 lava for me, which it burns 1 because it costs 1, but it generates 3, so it puts me up to 6. And then I have enough lava to play um, this. I'm pretty sure this is what I play. Yeah, yeah. So this is just a really strong, like again, two very strong cards that I pulled. Like the RNG was in my favor this game, big time. With just like how strong the cards were that I was pulling. So this is a really good spot for me to be in here. And Odin only has 4 lava to answer. Oh yeah, and over here you can click on um, these decks on the side. This is your opponent's graveyard, what cards he's used and are burned, and then this is your graveyard. So you can always refer back to that to see like what vital cards your opponent's already played or still is left and stuff. So he plays this as a 3 cost taunt, the Hilltops card, and then he also plays a 1 cost Rip and Rend, which is for 4 lava. That's a pretty strong answer for him. So here I'm sitting with 5 lava. I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. I think I just play this Claws of the Harpy and then the Rip and Rend to use. I could just go Pipes of Pan. Actually, you know what? I think I might go Pipes of Pan here. Let me see. Because, yeah, I think I want Pipes of Pan because that allows me to take out his this Taunt card in 1 turn with my Myrmidon Warrior over here. Yeah, okay, we'll watch it. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Yeah, so my reasoning for playing this over Claws of the Harpy is that I can buff this card to take this out in 1 hit. And then this spear right here, it attacks twice. So I don't know if you guys saw the animation, how it attacked twice. But yeah, taking out the taunt card was big there because it allows me to use this to hit his hero twice and get 6 damage off. Which this is called Spirit of the Achilles. It's a 4 cost card, but when you summon Myrmidon Warrior, it summons a spear as well, which is why that card it's an epic card. There's only going to be 100 of them, but that's one of the strongest epic cards, definitely. So now, from Owen's perspective, this is like really not a fun place to be in. I mean, I just like drew really well this game, and happened to have like a strong answer for pretty much most of the things he's played. Looks like there's sometimes still in beta there it takes a little bit while to switch turns sometimes. I can speed this up a bit so this video isn't so long. So he plays Taunt and Stranglevines. Okay, so you have to take out that card. That comes to me. So I'm guessing here, like I right now, what I'm thinking is I just want to get rid of his taunt card and then get as much damage off on him as possible. So I'm just thinking about the best route to do that with the cards that I have. And it's actually really huge that I drew a Shade Warrior here, which is at 1 cost undead, and you'll see why in a second. So I played the taunt just to protect my spear and these other cards from being able to be attacked. And yeah, I really just want to keep my spear alive, which is this one because it hits twice. So I decided to take out the taunt with these two. But then I see that I can kill his Stranglevines. So because I have this Shade Warrior, which I'll go back here. So I take out his taunt card with those two. This card right here that he has, Stranglevines, it's a 4 lava cost. And how it works is it's 4/2, and then it has what's called reborn, so it revives when it dies. So it basically has 2 lives. So it's a pretty strong card. And I kind of realize here that because I have the damage buff on my Bushwhack Wolf, I can kill it once. So basically, my options are here to use my Bushwhack Wolf to attack him and get 2 damage off. But I see that I can just take his Stranglevines off the board, which is nice because then he doesn't have a card to kill my Trapjaw taunt if I get rid of this. So I hit him with the Bushwhack Wolf, and then I have the Shade Warrior to play as well to kill it when it respawns, and then I get 2 hits off with my Spear, and yeah, it was just another really strong draw for me, and yeah, it was a turn that worked out well again. So we're in a really strong spot here. We have a taunt down, Spear still alive, and let's see how he answers. So he drops Myrmidon Warrior of his own. Um, but yeah, I don't think it matters at this point. So what this card does, this is Shield of the Achilles, I believe it's called. Yeah, Shield of Achilles. So what this card does is it gives whatever card, it buffs a card +2 damage and immunity. So I give my Trapjaw +2 damage and immunity. So basically I have a Taunt immune on the board now, which means he is going to be unable to do anything to me next turn, essentially. And I have 2 options here. I can either use my Trapjaw to hit him and get as much damage off as possible. So if I hit him with a Trapjaw, it'd be 5, and then I hit him twice with this, he'd be left with 2 HP, because this is 6, this is 5 damage. Um, but I decide, because I don't have lethal, regardless, I decide to just use, I'm pretty sure, I decided to just use this Trapjaw to clear uh, clear out his spear just in case he like finds a taught immune and then a Sunfire Strike to reset the game or something. Um, and like whether he has 7 life left this turn or 2 really doesn't make any difference. Like I'm gonna be able to because I have Cerber like this legendary card I have here gives +5/+5 to any of these cards I have on the board. So uh, I'm gonna have lethal basically no matter what. Uh, unless he plays like Sunfire Strike here or something. Like if he Sunfire Strike, it's a legendary card and it basically just clears off the whole board, but he didn't have it. He played this, which heals him for 3 HP, and then yeah, he didn't have a taunt to play, so that's a wrap. But yeah, so that is kind of how Berserk works. I hope I did a decent job of explaining my thought process and how the different cards work and the dynamics of the game and stuff. It's very fun. This game and ecosystem is going to be huge, and you know we're counting down to when this is all live and we can play for lava and earn PYR. It's going to be a really fun time. So this was the first look at Berserk. Thank you for checking it out, guys, and I'll definitely upload more gameplay videos, and we'll like upload more videos from the tournament reviewing games and stuff in the future. So yeah, thank you for checking this out, and see you in the next one.